Hindi ko pa mapaniwala. Maraming salamat sa suporta at sana patuloy yung suporta niyo. Truly regret not being able to be there tonight. However, I am so honored to be named the PSA Athlete of the Year.
Shocking news has taken over the tennis world as Alexandra Eala reportedly signs a staggering $75 million mega deal with Nike, and the emotional surprise she prepared for her parents has completely broken the internet. Tennis fans everywhere are still trying to process what this moment truly means. This isn't just about a match win or a rankings boost. This is about history unfolding in real time. It's about generational wealth, legacy, and a young star from Manila stepping onto a global stage that stretches from Madrid to Sydney to San Francisco. The dotted line has been signed, the iconic swoosh is locked in, and with confirmed reports valuing the extension at an astronomical $75 million, Eala's name now sits alongside some of the greatest athletes on the planet. This is more than a contract. It's a defining moment that has the entire sporting world buzzing. $75 million. That is superstar territory. That is icon status. That is the kind of number that gets etched into history books. But the contract itself isn't even the most powerful part of this story. What truly shook millions around the world is what Alexandra Eala did the moment the ink dried. Behind the scenes, there was a secret purchase, a viral post, and a heartfelt surprise for the two people who sacrificed everything to help her reach this stage. As details continue to unfold, including the stunning dream home she reportedly bought for her parents, the moment feels even bigger than a sponsorship deal. It signals a shift, not just for her career, but for the future of Asian tennis on the global stage. When you look back, it makes perfect sense. For 4 relentless years, we watched Eala grind. We saw her dominate the junior circuit with a fire that forced scouts, coaches, and sponsors to take notice. We watched her leave the Philippines at a young age, say goodbye to her family, and chase her dream at the prestigious Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, a training ground known for producing elite champions. Step by step, sacrifice by sacrifice, she built toward this moment. Now that $75 million bombshell isn't just a headline. It's the reward for years of courage, discipline, and belief. She fought through injuries, endured heartbreaking losses, and survived the brutal transition from junior prodigy to professional competitor. We always knew Alexandra Eala was special. We knew she had star quality and global appeal. But this is an entirely different stratosphere. Sources close to the negotiations reveal that her long-standing partnership with Nike, which began quietly during her junior years, has now been transformed into a massive global ambassador deal that few could have predicted at this stage of her career. This is no longer about free apparel and equipment. This is about billboards in Times Square, worldwide campaigns from Tokyo to Paris, and a marketing push that places her at the forefront of one of the most powerful brands on the planet. Reportedly valued at $75 million over a long-term extension, the deal sends shockwaves through the tennis world. To understand the magnitude, you have to look at the landscape of women's tennis endorsements. Legends like Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka, and Maria Sharapova set the gold standard for commercial dominance. For a rising player still climbing the professional ladder to command a figure of this size is a thunderous statement about how the industry views her future. And make no mistake, Nike is not simply paying for results already achieved. They are investing in what they believe is inevitable, a global icon in the making. This deal isn't about her current ranking, it's about her future. Nike isn't investing in what Alexandra Eala has already done. They're betting on what she is about to become. They see her as the future face of tennis, not only in the Philippines, but across Asia and the world. This is a long-term play, a declaration that they believe she represents the next great era of the sport, and she is the banner they are proudly raising. Marketing experts are already calling it the Eala effect. She possesses that rare, once-in-a-generation mix of elite athletic ability, magnetic marketability, and a deeply relatable story. Her journey from Filipino roots to elite training in Spain, from junior dominance to professional battles, resonates far beyond tennis. She embodies the underdog who outworks everyone, the global citizen bridging cultures, and the young athlete carrying the dreams of millions. When Eala steps onto the court, an entire nation of more than 110 million people tunes in. Nike understands that kind of influence cannot be manufactured. It must be earned. Now, with a reported $75 million commitment and the expectations of a nation on her shoulders, She continues to carry it all with composure, humility, and a smile that suggests this is only the beginning. Think about what this deal truly means for her career on the court. In women's professional tennis, the financial burden of competing at the highest level is enormous. Maintaining a full-time team of coaches, hitting partners, physiotherapists, nutritionists, and performance analysts can easily cost over $1 million a year. And that's before factoring in constant international travel, accommodations, and equipment. Many gifted players fade away not because they lack talent, but because they cannot sustain the financial grind. For Alexandra Eala, that pressure has now vanished. With $75 million backing her journey, she gains more than wealth. She gains freedom. Freedom to rest when her body demands it, to build the best medical and performance team in the world, to travel in ways that protect her energy, and to focus entirely on chasing Grand Slam glory. But beyond the numbers and the iconic swoosh, what truly shook the internet was what she chose to do with her first major windfall. The money is staggering. The endorsement is historic. Yet it was her deeply personal gesture that revealed something even more powerful than superstar status. It showed heart. Almost immediately after news of the contract extension broke, Alexandra Eala dropped her own emotional bombshell on social media. It wasn't a flashy sports car. It wasn't a designer wardrobe reveal. It was a picture of a house, a sanctuary, a home built for peace. In a post that went instantly viral across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, Alex revealed she had secretly purchased a stunning dream home for her parents, Michael and Rosila. The images showcased a breathtaking property filled with natural light, open spaces, lush gardens, and calm serenity. It was a home that quietly said, "You can finally rest." Her caption cut straight to the heart. "Mom and Dad sacrificed everything so I could chase my dream. Now it's time for you to have the life you deserve. No more worries, just peace. I love you forever." 3 simple words, no more worries, carried the weight of countless nights of sacrifice, doubt, and blind faith. For anyone who has had parents who gave everything so you could have more, this wasn't just a real estate purchase. It was a profound act of gratitude, love, and recognition. To understand why this moment matters so deeply, you have to understand the story behind it. Alex's parents were not wealthy. They were not elite tennis insiders. They were 2 devoted parents who believed in their daughter before the world ever did. Rosila, herself a former athlete, understood the grind. She knew the cost of ambition, the pain of setbacks, and the loneliness of high-level competition. When Alex picked up a racket at 4 years old under the guidance of her late grandfather, Roberto "Bobby" Mago, the family saw something special. And they made a bold decision. They went all in. Tennis is brutally expensive. Coaching, court fees, equipment, travel, tournament entries, the costs stack up quickly. For years, the family lived strategically, cutting back on personal comforts, skipping luxuries, turning down opportunities, and planning every expense with precision. Every peso mattered. Every tournament required sacrifice. Then came the hardest decision of all, letting her go. When the chance arose to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain, her parents faced a heartbreaking reality. Their teenage daughter would move thousands of miles away. They would miss birthdays, school moments, and everyday family life. They would watch her grow through phone screens and late-night video calls. But they let her go because dreams demand courage. They endured lonely nights, long-distance fear, and financial stress, all in silence. No interviews, no headlines, just relentless support. And now, years later, their daughter repaid that sacrifice. With the ultimate gift, peace. That home isn't just luxury. It is security. It is freedom. It is a tangible symbol of everything they gave and everything she became. And then there is her grandfather, Bobby, the man who started it all. The one who placed a racket into her tiny hands and saw greatness before anyone else did. Though he is no longer here, his spirit lives in every swing, every victory, and every tear of gratitude. When Alex bought that house for her parents, she honored his legacy too. His belief planted the seed that grew into a global phenomenon. The reaction from fans has been overwhelming. Social media flooded with emotional messages, admiration, and pride. People from every corner of the world shared their own family stories, connecting deeply with Alex's gesture. Athletes, journalists, and celebrities praised her humility, heart, and gratitude. Sports writers called it one of the most emotional moments in modern tennis history, a reminder that behind every superstar is a family that carried the weight first. On the court, Alexandra Eala is hitting her stride. This deal was not handed to her, it was earned. Through brutal training sessions, lonely nights, painful defeats, and relentless discipline. While other teens were celebrating birthdays and vacations, she was grinding through drills, studying, match footage, and chasing perfection. Nike does not sign athletes. They create icons. Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods. By committing $75 million to Alexandra Eala, they are declaring she belongs in that lineage. Not just as a tennis player, but as a cultural phenomenon. From a business standpoint, it is brilliant. Asia represents the largest untapped tennis market in the world. Alex stands as a beacon of possibility for millions. Her success unites Filipinos across continents. When she plays, an entire nation watches. That cultural gravity is priceless, and now doors are opening everywhere. Fashion collaborations, signature shoe lines, global campaigns, magazine covers, front row fashion shows. Her life is about to change forever. Yet amid the glamour, wealth, and opportunity, she remains anchored by gratitude. Think of a young girl somewhere in the Philippines, hitting tennis balls against a cracked concrete wall with a second-hand racket. She sees Alex on television signing a $75 million deal. She sees a girl who looks like her, who speaks like her, who came from where she came from, and suddenly she believes that belief is the true power of this moment, because this is more than a contract, more than a sponsorship, more than wealth. This is legacy in motion. Alexandra Eala is not just building a career, she is building a future for her family, her country, and an entire generation of dreamers. The Eala era has officially begun.
One, I truly regret not being able to be there tonight. However, I am so honored to be named the PSA Athlete of the Year.
I was so excited to come to Spain and to get out and to broaden my horizons. And I think I met so many people here, made so many friends, and living together